is this brother right here that died, that the news came out today. I'm going to let Tressa C do the lead in on this guy. I really don't know much about him, but he is just big news with a lot of big time people. I'm gonna let you guys see the news clip. Then we're gonna lead in with Tressa C to see what she thinks. She see what her opinion is of this brother, and we'll talk about suicide in America, especially with black men. Here we go.
The longtime beloved DJ on the Ellen DeGeneres Show has died.
Stephen Twitch Boss died at the age of 40. The LA Police Department says he took his own life. CBS 2's Christina Fan has more now on how he's being remembered and the troubling rise in suicides among African Americans.
Tributes are pouring in following the death of celebrity DJ Stephen Twitch Boss. For years, he was a constant on the Ellen DeGeneres Show, whose host today tweeted, "He was my family, and I loved him with all my heart. I will miss him." Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Frazier recalled their interactions over the years.
They were just a happy family, and that's why I think everyone is so shocked and surprised. He was that guy who just, you thought would be around forever. He was so talented.
According to the Los Angeles Police Department, Boss died by suicide at the age of 40. He is the latest high-profile African-American celebrity believed to have taken his own life.
Seeking mental health care can look like weakness, and certainly in a community where there's just no time to be weak. You got to fight sometimes just to survive.
Dr. Rita Walker is a psychology professor at the University of Houston. While suicide rates overall declined nationwide in the last 2 years, she says the number of deaths has risen for African Americans. She believes isolation brought on by the pandemic is partly the cause.
When there is a meaningful and positive connection in the face of stressful life situations, we're less likely to see thoughts about suicide.
Dr. Walker says losing Boss is a tough reminder to have conversations with friends and family and see how they are doing.
It really is okay to ask those explicit kinds of questions.
Experts advise you to check in with friends, be present, and don't make assumptions on how you think others are feeling. Christina Fan, CBS 2 News.
Tressa C, I'm gonna just be straight with you. If for all of a sudden y'all don't see my ass on YouTube for 3 weeks, you better check on me, okay? The only reason y'all shouldn't see me for 3 weeks is if the Miami Dolphins win a Super Bowl. And hell, that probably won't happen anytime in my natural life. So if I disappear from YouTube for 3 weeks, I'm gonna need y'all to start checking on me. But back to him. What are your thoughts on his situation? Was you a fan of his? Did you like him? Talk to me a little bit about this guy. Alex just told me that he was also on Stomp the Yard too. I didn't know that. But interested to hear what you think, Tressa C. Give us that vibe that you deliver so glowingly on social media.
I don't know too much about him. Like I recognize his face, but I actually just heard about the news much later in the day. I guess it happened this morning. But it's just a reminder that you just never know what the next person is going through. And I just feel so bad for his kids. Like Christmas would never be the same for them. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. And I walked in on a conversation. Now, I know you're supposed to hear certain things, just walk away. I couldn't walk away from this shit, T-Streams. I got to tell you about this one. So, I'm at the gym, working out, trying to get my cuts for the sluts, just minding my business. And a group of fat, nasty black women walked past me talking about that white girl made him kill himself. And I was about to just let it go. Okay. I was about to just keep doing my little thing. Hell, I'm listening to Neo. I done had such a good cardio session. I'm cooling down listening to Neo. And I overheard them talking about white women this, white women that, they hate white women. I had to stop them. I just had to stop them and say, what makes you think that was the cause of his death? We don't know what his situation was. I mean, we can speculate, but to try and say that just because he was with a white lady is the cause of his death, I'm just not buying that. And y'all need to elevate your thought process. So T-Streams, what do you think about the situation?
Man, when it comes to stuff like suicide, I have whew, I have, real bad experiences. Some of you may know, most of you may not know though, that my little brother killed himself when he was 12.
Mm.
And so hung himself in the basement. And so I have mixed feelings towards suicide. I try to be sympathetic to the part, the mental illness portion of it. I mean, because you have to really be going through some serious in order to do that. But at the same time, when I look at when I look at not only my experiences but other people's experiences, I'm saying, well, I see a lot worse sometimes. But you just never know what may push somebody over to the edge. I ask myself 1,000 times over and over and over again, like, with my brother, like, dude, what the fuck was you thinking? Like literally, what was you thinking, knowing that somebody was going to come downstairs in the basement and find you? And I mean, in one aspect, you look at it as being a selfish act. Some people say it's cowardly, but at the root of it, mental health issues have been plaguing our communities for a very long time. All right. They're just now getting to a point where they are more open to talk about these occurrences. And so, whatever it is, whether it's rooted in depression or whatever the case may be, is not good. And like she said, is at this time of the year,
Mm.
this is one of the most celebrated times of the year for damn near all humans on the face of the planet. And so as his children grow older, he then probably stigmatized them as well. Because now their holiday seasons from Thanksgiving to Christmas is not going to be the same ever. Because this is that time that,
Mhm.
that dad did this.
Right.
And so there's, when they come into interactions with other people and everybody is happy and merry and excited and grabbing gifts, receiving gifts, and doing all these things that people do during this time, now they are going to have to deal with some type of depression or anxiety during this time of the year, and it's just going to trickle to them, and it's probably going to take quite some time for them to heal from that, if
Mhm.
they ever heal from it. So
Right.
not only did he take his life, but he essentially hurt others as well.
Mhm.
And that's just the way suicide works. It's no way around it. People are already grieving if somebody else murders you or if you're accidentally killed. So if you take your own life, that's added trauma to the whole situation or scenario.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Maybe something will come out. Maybe they'll find a letter, a recording, or something. Hopefully, he tried to attempt to you know ease that for them, or in some kind of way. Though it don't seem like anything could actually do it if you're going to do yourself like that. But it's not good, man. And mental health issues really has to be taken a lot more seriously, even more so now. Not just because of him, because he's just a famous face that was talked about? What about the other 3,500 people across the globe that killed themselves today? You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that should be easily overlooked, because it's definitely a problem. It's definitely a problem. And it sort of makes you wonder, like, even when you look at certain medications, when they be talking fast on the TV, may have side effects, may have signs of depression, thoughts of killing yourself, such and such, and diarrhea, and they just sort of speed past all that weird stuff. So you never know what's causing somebody to do some of the weird stuff that they do. But
yeah, T, I was reading a message board today, and they were just kind of talking about what they think could have preempted him to put himself in this situation. Certainly it wasn't finances, because, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, you're about to know. If you have a life insurance policy in place and you commit suicide, your family gets nothing. Your family gets nothing. He had to be educated enough to know that. So the message board was rumor milling that when you see situations like this and you haven't heard a history of diagnosed mental health, what type of things would cause a man to want to kill himself who's married? What do you think was the number one thing said in that message board, Tressa C?
That he had like a male lover or something.
They didn't say male, they said a side piece. Oh. And maybe that side piece was about to be like, you know what? I'm telling everything. And that message board also was saying how a lot of men would rather die than to go face their family in a public image. He had a good public image. They would rather kill themselves than to have to face that public image and scrutiny with their family. Given those set of circumstances, Tressa, do you think there could be any credence to that rumor mill?
No, I think just we're gonna say depression, some type of depression led him to do this. I think it's just we can't make sense of it, so it's just impossible to understand everyone's mind. So it could have been something that seemed so small to one of us. So it could have literally been anything.
I think, to T Stream's point, look at this picture. This man has 3 kids, and one of them looks to be no older than 7. And one of the guiding lights of that child's life is gone. And you made a decision to step away from it. And I think it's a daunting task for us to try to figure out, because I'm a father now. T Streams is a father. And I know, Tressa, you've got cousins, nieces, and folks like that you love. How to put yourself in the position where no matter what you're going through, you would rather not be around to guide them to make better decisions. You would rather not be around for that and take your life, knowing that whatever hard decisions they're going to have to go through in life, they're going to have to do it without you and your trusted guidance. That's T Stream's point. Just how do you as a family get through that without counseling at this point? Is it possible?
Well, I was slightly distracted by Queen Brielle's statement down there. There's no telling what. It's really no telling. There may be something that comes out. My understanding is that whatever you're going through, for anybody for that matter, there's always a group of people going through something worse. And so, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it to myself, even if I was a high profile person and got caught up in an entanglement and somebody said they was telling, I still ain't doing it. It's not. Maybe it's because I value my life. But it's sad. Is there's no explanation, there's no reasoning, and you right now, people that's in tune with the incident is having a hard time just trying to bring some type of rationale about it, because it really doesn't, it doesn't make sense if you're his colleague or people that deal with him, and things just seems just like everything is just right there, everything is good, it's good, but now it's not.
Right.
I mean, what could you really say? I
There ain't
mean,
much you can say. Not a
yeah.
lot you
So
can say. So trust us, see. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going through something and it feels overwhelming, talk to someone. Talk to a friend, get the ball rolling, you know, even if you don't value your life a certain way. There's probably people in your inner circle that do and would like to see you live and help you get through whatever situation you're going through. So please seek help. If you can't get to a professional, seek a trusted friend, trusted family member that you like, and just start the process. It is nothing wrong to say that you're stressed out and you need a break.